guys, if you have okay, now I'm ready. Guys, if you have any problem, okay, tell me on the chat or hand up, But yeah, you want to say something, please say it. And guys, I put to record, okay? Because I don't know why, but YouTube channel didn't work today. So then in the end of this immersion, I will put on the YouTube. Yeah, that's it. So guys, we start with the questions I sent on the chat. The first question is, what role does music play in shaping cultural identity? Antonio, can you start?
Oh my God. Okay, let's try this. I never have think about this before, so I believe it's very important because when you listen the song and you know where it's from, uh, naturally the culture of this region shows in the music. So because the music, if music don't make a role in cultural identity, it's not possible, you know.
But like in your culture nowadays, do you have some music or like music style you feel more identity? You feel more like comfortable nowadays?
Uh, I uh, I I like to listen rock music, but it's not international in English generally. But it's not Brazilian music is. So in my case, it's not making my formation, but not to the culture, but because it's English music, I am Brazilian. Nonsense. Like is like, you know.
I get it. Yeah. The the shaping of culture identity in music in Brazil is so big, I guess. We had a lot of Brazilian music and of course the influence of other countries. It's like the funk, for example. There is the Brazilian funk and there is I guess is United States funk. It's different, but there is the influence here in Brazil
Very
too.
different.
Yeah, it's a big difference, that's right. But there is an influence here. I see
Just
that in Belo
the
Horizonte.
name of style. Sorry to interrupt you. Just the style name, in my opinion, because if you listen a funky USA and the or funky,
Totally different.
completely different.
I agree. But
Brazil,
it's crazy
no,
the
no.
difference. How
Yes,
the difference comes to Brazil. Like it's really, really different.
totally different.
But I think it's really interesting, the cultural shaping identity. This identity in Brazil is totally different than in the United States. How the person use the funk here and how the person use the funk on US is completely different. And I think it's really awesome, in my opinion. And Clinton, how about you?
Uh, it's a very broad question, but um, you were talking about how different music is comparing different countries in the same style, same kind of music, and this is a good example of shaping cultural identity. So yeah, it's quite obvious when you compare different countries and different ages. Music is different, totally different. The instruments people use, sometimes in the past they created some instruments that had to do something with their other culture in general. And yeah, it's completely shaped by the context, the culture of the place, and shapes a lot. I mean, I don't know what else to answer about this question.
But do you have some like kind of music you like you comparing? You see this kind of identity in your life nowadays or not?
Um, when I compare what I listened in the past and today, and yes, it's different. When I was younger, I listened different kind of music, and today it's totally different. So it depends on your mood and what you want to hear and what you want to focus. For example, nowadays I always listen uh, almost all the time music that doesn't have any lyrics, because I like to listen to music while I'm studying or working. And when I listen something that has lyrics, it messes my mind because I can't concentrate in two things at a time. So I really enjoy to listen like instrumental music, especially soundtracks from musics and games and TV series. I really enjoyed it. So every time Spotify send me the wrap up of what I listened to during the year, it's like composers from soundtracks I listen more. So it's not the only genre I like, but it's what I listen to most.
That's awesome. I like the electronic music. Sometimes it's complicated, some because when your mind is not so good and have a lot of music and tum, 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 like that on your hand. So I prefer to not hear the electronic when I feel that. But day by day, I like must electronic music. I guess today electronic music have a lot of informations and a lot of beats. And I Ricardo, how about you? Ricardo?
Uh, well, Brazil is our culture is more is I believe that there is a, a very influenced by sex. It's it's not wrong. uh, I believe that that's a reality. It's normal. For me, it's normal. I believe sometimes is this kind of situation is over. Sometimes. As I told you, I don't consider a wrong thing. It's a fact. Huh? Is when you talk about not just music, but when you talk our jokes, it's common. So in this case, when I talk about music, sex is influence a lot this content. So in the other culture, talk about sex is a terrible situation. Brazil, it's much more common, and sometimes the people talk just how do you say? mm, I'm not sure how to say subentendido or are I'm sure it's just the people change the words. For example, you couldn't say the name of the member, the name of your body, but put, for example, a fruit, or I don't know, for example, pepin or thing, but it's talk about sex. So in this case, the people accept more when the people just use this kind of situation to demonstrate sex or thing. But when the people talk more, how do you say, directly, use the names and other stuffs, normally the most part of the people don't like so much. So in this case, I believe that there are some genres that is used too much this artifice, I don't know. In my opinion, well, we are a hot country. The people don't use, how do you say, clothes, winter clothes, or some kind of clothes that don't show any part of our body. So it's more common, and people like that. Brazil, it's tropical country, is common. And this kind of situation reflects, as I told you, in our music too. Well, in my opinion, sound like a little brute when I talk so explicit in this kind of situation. That's it.
Yeah, there are some music in Brazil and other countries is so I think it's not wrong, okay, because it's a cultural identity too. But talk more about body and about the woman's body, about this kind of thing. And sometimes is a green is not a green flag, it's a red flag about it. But it's like, yeah, it's the industry, is the music industry in Brazil. Use that to have fame. So yeah, this way it's common, and it's not so only for this year or this decade. It's year by year by year by year. So you need to use that or didn't. And Igor, how about you?
Well, I think music has a great value in Brazil. Many we talk about the sertanejo. Sertanejo has different examples that how it shapes co- the culture in Brazil. For example, when we listen to the old sertanejo for the current sertanejo, we can see different lyrics. For example, in the past, all the sertanejos tend to talk about their life, talk about the animals, how farms are building or something like that. And nowadays, the sertanejo tends to be something different that try to be a mirror about the world. For example, they tend to talk about money, women. Uh, I think it's romantic. It's passionate. Something like that. It just show how is our culture, how is our culture in Brazil, and there are the ones as well. For example, I saw the documentary uh, that said sertanejo universitário uh, gave the opportunities to women actually alone to single alone when they don't need to man next to her. You don't know. For example, some years ago, we can listen to I don't know, Marília Cecília Rodolfo, and nowadays you can just listen. Uh, I don't know. For example, Marília Mendonça. It's just a woman. She doesn't need. She doesn't need to man next to her. You don't. You know. I think the music or at least this type of art in Brazil that shapes our culture, or at least try to be a mirror, to try to be a reflexes about our culture and how we live here. That's it.
Yeah, there are some difference in country music, I guess, sertanejo. In Brazil, we can see that in some states, I guess. Not all states in Brazil like or listen that. For example, I always put this example because it's funny, like Goiás and Minas. Probably the same music you heard in Goiás, you heard in Minas. If it's country, probably. The same person, Jorge Mateus and Taime Thiago is the same. It's the same. But of course, if I go to Rio de Janeiro, I can't hear that. I can't. Probably is more sertanejo universitário or more old songs, like Bruno Marrone. Sometimes you heard that on Rio and you feel like, gosh, where I am right now. So it's completely different because we had the stereotypes about the Brazilian regions. He can't hear that, for example, can't this or that. So it's something we have in our culture, and I think it's beautiful. Thank you, Igor. And Antonio, what impact does music have on emotions and mental healthy for you?
Some type of music can help you feel better. Some type of music can you pass to a difficult situation, but some type of music can make you sad. So it's so interesting the power of the music can to do to it. You, for example, you it's a bad day, so you listen the music you like and you they make better, or the otherwise you better, but the music make you think about a sad thing, you feel bad. So music have a very very great impact in your day or your week, depend of the case.
And sometimes to show this emotion, the music don't need a letter sometimes. Only
Yes.
the beat, the calm beat. I don't know if you guys heard that lo-fi music on, I guess on YouTube. I know. It's a girl who stood and have a lot of music and so is almost the songs is only a beat and it's a calm beat and you feel like, oh gosh, I want to stud too. I want to sleep or something like that. It's the same like when you put the waterfall music about waterfall to sleep. I guess it's amazing because you feel
Yeah.
this emotion. You feel the emotion of days on that. And I think I agree with you, Antonio. I love to hear songs. Sometimes when I'm stay in the bad mood, I try to skip the bad musics, like you're feeling bad. And I put
Yeah.
all the musics I feel happiness because I don't like to feel sadness, to be really honest. But então, and about you?
Um, I could say that you can see some studies that indicate, for example, if you um, put some classical music to cows to listen to it,
Mm.
they started to produce a better milk. So it's an example of what music can do uh, in not only our emotions but how our body works. So it's interesting to think about it. Um, I'm not a big fan of lo-fi, but yeah, I like to use a specific kind of musics to different moments. So if, like I said, if I'm studying or working, I like to listen to a specific kind of music. And music's very broad. I mean, if you say about electronic music, it's a very broad term because there are lots of different genres inside electronic music, and some I don't really like, but others I like a lot. I listened to electronic music since I was 13 years old, so it's almost 20 years. So uh, the electronic music evolved so much since then. So uh, and all the genres are the same. They all evolved. You talked about other examples in different kinds of genres. So uh, because the mental health of the people also changes. So nowadays people talk about a lot about anxiety and other mental health issues, and music kind of changed too, because if you see the lyrics compared what people uh, put in their lyrics today, in their music, it's totally different from it was before. So if I mix it, question number 2 and 3, I would say that example you could take is in our 80s, uh, our música popular brasileira, MPB, uh, their artists always talked about criticize the government in a way they couldn't understand, listen to the music because the lyrics was messed around, so you couldn't understand it. It was not directly criticized. So uh, and you see today what MPB is totally different. So our emotions and health and what we think it's important to write about when you write a music is different during the time.
Yeah, you put a good example here because I like MPB, but the new MPB is more romantic, I guess. It's like only about feelings. And when I feel like, gosh, the old MPB is about making war.
Make
Of course.
revolutions.
Yeah,
Today
revolution,
it's much more melodramatic.
Yeah, it's more like pop. It's a pop. In my mind, it's like a pop. But
Exactly.
it's complicated because it's a time. In this time, we of course we have war in the word, but I don't know. I think the persons don't see the Brazilian wars nowadays, because we're
Just,
not.
just
No,
sorry for interrupt you.
no,
There's
that's okay.
a perfect example what happened this weekend here where I live, when a great artist from this forró here in Aracaju came to here to play, and people complain about their track list because he chose it a lot of electronic mixed with forró, and people didn't like what he played. So it
I
makes
would
sense.
like if I heard that. If I heard
But people
forró,
people love their classics. So when and this music was written like 20, 15 years ago, and his new music, people don't like it.
yeah, I don't want to say that, but when I but I feel like that someday in a festival here in Belo Horizonte, who the person take old song about Bruno Marrone, and I love the old songs about Bruno Marrone, and the guy put a funk together with Bruno Marrone, and I feel like I feel like a old guy stay like, oh, in my time this didn't work. I feel like that in this time. I feel really mad with that, but I heard it because okay, it's in a festival and I'm drinking at the moment, so I'm go ahead with that. But I feel really upset to put this kind of music. Like it's so old music with a beat is so younger, and I feel like confused. I feel confused. Be really honest. I feel confused. But yeah, when finish, I feel like it's not so bad. Like oh gosh, have some musics. You don't want to put your hand in that. It's perfect the way we are. But have some beats is really, really awesome with the old musics. Use the electronic too to do a beat. I heard
It's a
that a lot.
trend. It's a trend.
Yeah, that's it. I heard a lot of that on bar and clubs in Belo Horizonte have a lot. But I love it that. It's really awesome. And Ricardo, how about you? Ricardo?
I'm sorry. Well, the art at general is a powerful tool for different changes. I could mention particular rock music. Rock music cause, a social change, a big social change in our world, affect a lot of people. I could mention some genres, but mainly rock, because rock reach all of parts, almost the all of parts of our world. In the people change the clothes, the hair, because of this kind of genre. So, in my opinion, is very, very significant. It's not relevant, né? For example, in some cases, né? For example, the people became more rebel or more radical because of influence of, for example, some lyrics or other stuffs. So in this case, I could mention rock. Né? It's not so significant, but I believe, according to some researchers, that rock cause some reflects about this situation. And in my opinion, we are, not in my opinion, is a fact. We are body and soul. And, sometimes we become sad, we face problems, and the art have this kind of power, change our mood, change our feelings. Sometimes, yes, certainly the music don't remove or solve our problems, but sometimes we are a little down or a little blue or something, and sometimes we listen to some music, provoke or change our mood, and we receive more power to stand up and continue fighting or something like that. So it's a kind of relief. So when we are on our free time, day off or something, it's important to me, because if you don't do some kind of activities, then our mind is just stuck in the same feeling or the same thought. It's not healthy, in my opinion. So in this case, it's necessary to use, for example, walking in a free space, see a nice view, have this power. Sometimes not possible because we live in a city. So in this case, it's important to keep in touch with this kind of art. Doesn't matter. Could be a picture, could be, I don't know, but it's important, in my opinion. That's it.
I get it. Yeah, there is some kind of arts who now like feel old. I remember to open the Twitter these days, and I see a page who the guy take all the rock songs, System of a Down, Slipknot, I guess, other bands too, Hamensty, I forgot the name, and take all.
Rammstein.
Yes, that's right, and take this music and put in an electronic way, and it feels so good, so good. Do a beat with that, and it was so good. But I feel really upset for the comments because the guys feel really angry with that. You know, the guys who live for the rock. I feel really. I'm laughing a lot for that. Be really honest. And they think it was amazing. You know, it's the part of culture. You take some music, as Clinton said, you take some music and try to change for the space we live right now. So it's awesome. But I love the comments. I guess the guy who do that don't have more this page on Twitter, of course, because a lot of haters go and try to talking about it, but was a really, really awesome trend, right? Really awesome. About like take the number, you know, the song number about Linkin Park, and take this and put in a funk and put in an electronic way, and the both are beautiful. That is really, really amazing. I love it. But Igor, how about you?
Well, I've heard when you listen to a specific music, and this music tends to change your emotions and feelings. For example, if you're sad, you don't you don't have to listen to a sad song. You need to listen to happy songs in order to be happy as well. I think the waves and and the waves that music is I don't know how to say liberar tends to give it for the spaces. I think they synchronizes with our body, and we tend to be relaxed or try to be I don't know how to say in ecstasy. For example, when we heard nature songs, for example, I think everybody tends to be calm, to get relaxed when we heard this type of songs. And I believe this is true, but at the same time, I think it's difficult to listen a happy song when we are sad or angry. I think everybody wouldn't like to listen this type of songs. I think everybody wanna wanna fight and discuss in the moment, or 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 give a chance to his feelings in order to punch the wall, or maybe screw. I think it's screw guitar. I don't know.
Spring.
I think it's my
Say
opinion.
screaming.
Scream, I scream, and that's my opinion.
Yeah, I have some songs I want to screaming too. It's like really awesome. And when you go to a festival or a show, it's an artist you never see in Brazil, and the person comes. It's like Madonna this year. I guess it's in Madonna in Copacabana, right? I don't remember it's Copacabana or it's Rio, but all the persons go to see Madonna. And it's beautiful, it's beautiful. It's like Clube dos Cinco, Clube da Esquina. I forgot. Clube da Esquina here in Minas always have a person on the local of Clube da Esquina with a guitar and start to play the songs in the middle of downtown in Belo Horizonte. And it's amazing, amazing. I feel like sometimes I feel like in a hospicio, but okay. It's okay. Belo Horizonte is like that. But it's amazing to see. It's like there's 4 bars in the same street. One bar is the person sing Clube da Esquina songs. The other bar is Anitta. And the other bar is like sertanejo. And the last one is axé. It's like amazing. And you see persons drunk, and you see persons kissing, dance in the street, and you see Apollo's car too, but anyway. And it's like that. And all the emotions together, all the groups together. And I think, that's amazing. But sometimes it's really, really strange. Like if you stay more than 4 hours in this local, it's feel a little bit strange the way we change the mind of the persons. But I think it's beautiful. Antonio, in what ways can art and music promote unity and understanding between diverse groups?
Mm, and now I think a better example is how various artists make together the music to make funds to save the Africa, and back and it's a old song, the 80 songs or 90 songs, I don't remember, but various artists in diverse areas or styles. For example, Michael Jackson, Queen, uh, Africa Age, the name of projects, if I don't have a mistake. And it's show if you can change anything, you can make this with music. Or, for example, you make a festival to get some funds for, in the recent case, Rio Grande do Sul, like a lot of music and the artists in diverse areas. Making this all together, and it's very nice.
I think it's nice too. I never seen this group, but I will search on YouTube probably. I always feel like so happiness about this promotion of unity when I remember there is a Japanese group who sing pagode. This for me is amazing. It's a Brazilian pagode. For that. And it's amazing. The guys beautiful. Amazing in my mind that. And it's the one example of unity because the guys comes to Brazil and sing pagode with I guess it's exalta samba. I don't remember. Oh, I will search. Thank you, Clinton. And Clinton, how about you?
What ways in art and music promote unite understand between diverse groups? We could spend hours talk about this. Um, I, I don't know. It's not music, but arts in general. People in diverse groups like to uh, unite and do something. Um, we could say about music or documentary or movie, um, and any kind of artistic expression could be used to say that diverse groups use art as a thing to promote, unite, and understand. And this understand is important because uh, many times we don't know what happens with these groups, and artistic expressions help us to understand better. And I think this is a good way to uh, be introduced in a topic. For example, if you love to watch movies and want to understand uh, a specific culture aspect of some people, for sure there's a move about this because there are thousands of moves out there. And music, I think it's there are much more content to be consumed than movies. So music has this power because uh, a disc, an album has, I don't know, 60 minutes. So you could listen while you are doing something else, and you can listen a lot of music during the day and be in contact with different kinds of cultures or groups, and uh, this contact helps you understand them. And there there aren't any other kind of art you could uh, um, be more in contact with culture or whatever diverse group than music.
Yeah, nowadays we had like in your hands all kind of music. Like it's completely different because we go to like you take a car to go to our other local, you will probably hear all the album of this artist in the like in the road. But I always feel, you know, puzzled when I see like my mother age. When my mother need to come to home to take a vitrola to hear the new songs about like I don't know Michael Jackson or something like that. You know, it's really interesting. Really interesting the way we feel the sensation of music nowadays. Help a lot of persons. Mental mental healthy, you know, it's really is a topic we need to talk in uh this new area about technology. We need to talk about healthy. And I guess the music like help that. Help we have more like human feelings sometimes. Oh yeah, this music. Thank you, Clinton. Guys, if you want to see on the chat, there is Antonio Music's chat and about my music. I guess is the pagode group.
Something
Japanese.
when I was hearing you, I remember something I like to do when
Yes.
on a road trip. I like to tune on the radio music from the area. So I like to listen what people around listen to. I always do this when on a road trip, going to somewhere, and
I need to.
sometimes I'm in the middle of nothing, so uh, it has an internet. So, and even if I have Spotify downloaded my songs, I prefer to listen to local music.
I prefer to.
It's a interesting experience.
There is a website where you can put like there is a lot of informations about all the radios around the planet. I forgot the
Yeah,
name.
there is a famous uh app, Radio Garden.
That's it. I remember to pass like 24 hours heard the Australian radio. It's simply amazing. Simply amazing. And Igor, how about you?
Uh, well, I think we can unity or promote unity and understand with art and music. Um, when unity like I don't know cartoon, I think everybody tends to watch it, and this type of uh, cartoon or movie or maybe theater, and try to understand everything that they don't need to any words, just the movements and songs, just something is understanding, and they don't need to any words in order to understand. Like dance, it's another thing. Uh, that's it.
Yeah, I like this kind of music on cartoons and anime too. Sometimes musics in anime I feel really sad because I know what is happen next. Like a lot of that. But yeah, that's why animes exist, probably to change the feeling of the person. But I like it too. And Ricardo, how about you?
I don't know what happened because my mic became muted. Uh, well, my about my favorite songs.
Nope,
I'm sorry,
it's
I have
about
to answer a
the
phone call.
question.
I'm sorry, I have to go. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Have you too.
Alô?
Oh, gente, desculpa. Vou
Isso.
mutar. And guys, about the questions, we have some 2 minutes, okay, to discuss how you feel about the topic. Antonio, can you first? Can you go?
It's a good topic. It's a good class in the immersion. You could talk about a subject I don't have much baggage, but I suppose I can explain my point of view.
Yeah, you can. And I heard and I understand all, okay? But
Okay.
it's good to talking about topics we even like speak in Portuguese. I
Yes,
prefer.
force you stay out your comfortable zone, but English is not zone is comfortable.
No, it's not, definitely. I'm talking English since I was 13 years old, 14, 14, 14, and I feel like, gosh, every day I'm learning some new
Yes.
like words, new words or new kind of experience. And Clinton, how about you?
I try to not to speak so much because this is a topic I really enjoy, as some of you could see. Um, I could spend hours just talking about this because um, I'm always listening to music during my day, and some kind of music since I listen since I was a kid and still listen to it and could see how it evolved. And yeah, it's a very broad topic to talk about, and I like it.
That's awesome. I try to bring the second part someday. And Igor, how about you?
Well, I like this meeting. I like the subject because it was easy to make questions, answer the questions, and I like this theme. I like this subject.
That's awesome. Thank you guys for the participation, okay? Have a nice day. I hope see you all in the next week. And bye bye.
Bye, thank you all. See you
Thank
soon.
you.